Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka The Weather Gamer, bringing you APM Week 6. Your Chicago Charizards taking on No Metagross and the Chapala River. So you can see there's been some changes made to the roster. I'll go over those here real quick, because some of them aren't in effect for this week. Jed's just like super excited to keep the tabs up to date, so he went ahead and already made changes. The changes that are in effect are Garchomp. We do have Garchomp this week. We do not have Fortress, though. We still have Honchkrow instead of Fortress, and our Z user is Garchomp, not Arcanine. I traded out Latios for Garchomp after the loss last week. I wasn't feeling good. Yes, I have two ground types now, but I just wasn't feeling good about Latios. I was struggling to build with it. It's one of the few dragons I actually don't understand very well. So I decided to bench it because at this point we're 0-5. We cannot make playoffs unless we catch a miracle break. And I would like to finish with a 4-3 record if I can. So I am making changes to make it work. So with that drop, Garchomp takes over its Z Crystal for Week 6. After Week 6, Garchomp is coming off as the Z Crystal, and the Z Crystal will move to Arcanine. That's just because, as I've been building, because I'm built through the end of the season now, I've got all my teams built unless someone changes a team, because I'm still not able to go to work because of this surgery, so I have more time on my hands than I know what to do with right now. So I've built 4 weeks worth of teams. So that'll take into effect next week, as will picking up Fortress. That'll also take into effect. Arcanine just looks like a better Z Crystal user looking at 3 weeks out for matches. There's a lot higher potential that I bring a Z Arcanine over bringing a Z Garchomp, but that doesn't mean I'm bringing either of them. I've got some really weird teams. So, anyways, my opponent has the Megazard X, which is going to be painful to deal with. Tangrowth, Togekiss, Crocodile, Milotic, Espeon, Araquanid, Hitmontop, Steelix, and Weezing. So he's got the Zard and then a whole crap ton of defensive mons that make it very, very difficult to deal with breaking and getting the Zard X. So I fully expect X. I fully expect Tangrowth, because Tangrowth will deal with my Suicune, and my Mamoswine and my Garchomp to an extent, trying to use those to beat X. Togekiss could maybe come as kind of a cleric, keep rocks off his side of the field, because rocks are priority to get that Zard at 50% trying to come in. Also, Wish passes to Zard. Crook seems like a logical choice because it can take out Cofagrigus, one of my defensive threats, to that Zard. Milotic makes a lot of sense, just solely because it's a defensive nightmare for me to have to try and break. And it can very easily chip my team down for Zard to come in, click DD, and sweep. I don't see Espeon coming. Or Araquanid potentially comes if he's the Swords Dance Charizard and just sets sticky webs. Hitmontop can come because it's a pretty decent check to both Mega Lopunny and Mamo. So I think it's X, Growth, Kiss, Crook, and then it's Milotic, Araquanid, and Hitmontop. One of those three. I don't see Steelix, I don't see Weezing coming at all. So, anyways, let's jump over here. So the first mon we're bringing is a Choice Scarfed Mamoswine. Where are we? 2, 3. I'm trying to remember the exact speed stat here. 351. 351 speed puts me faster than Espeon. That's what I was scarfed. So I'd be faster than Espeon. So if Espeon comes scarfed, I'll know it's scarfed that way. Earthquake Stone Edge, Icicle Crash, and knock off their max attack Adamant. We don't need the Jolly Speed, because there's no way we outspeed the +1 Zard at all. So we don't need to be Jolly. So we get the full attack investment. That allows me to OHKO or 2KO almost everything. Zard does not want to take an Earthquake or a Stone Edge. Sorry, I'm moving the file over here so I can look at it. Icicle Crash, if it's AV Tang, will kill. If it's defense Tang, it's a 2-shot. Togekiss gets 2-shot by Icicle Crash. Crook gets OHKO'd by Icicle Crash. Milotic comes in pretty freely, which is why until I knock off Milotic, if there's Milotic and it hasn't been knocked off, I always click knock off with Mamo to get rid of Milotic's Flame Orb, so it can't Flame Orb on Marvel Scale me. Espeon gets knocked off. Araquanid doesn't take a Stone Edge. That's a 50-50 you have to play, whether Araquanid or Milotic comes in on this. Either way, knockoff is still pretty decent. If it's Araquanid, he basically gets webs up though, and it forces me into Honchkrow. Hitmontop comes in pretty freely. It doesn't want to get knocked off. It'll put in a lot of damage, but it does. Hitmontop freely comes in. Steelix doesn't want to get Earthquaked, and Weezing gets 2-shot by Icicle Crash. If I remember correctly. Scarf Mamoswine. We are bringing a Firium Z Garchomp. Stone Edge, Stealth Rock, Earthquake, and Fire Blast. This is get rocks up right away. The Fire Blast is there to take out the Tangrowth or the Araquanid. More specifically, it's there to take out the Tangrowth. Trying to check in. And the reason it's Fire Blast is because I am betting he is not AV'd, but he is defensive in order to check Mamoswine and Arcanine a little better. But I think Tang is defensive, and so that's why I'm going for the Firium Z Fire Blast, just so I can hit that thing super, super hard. It does 70 to 89, I think it does 70 to 80% if I remember correctly, to a defensive Tang, and it does 50 to 59%, the Firium Z Fire Blast, to a Spadef, an AV Tang. Stone Edge for the Araquanid, the Charizard, Togekiss, Earthquake for Steelix, Charizard. Biggest issue is Milotic comes in incredibly free on this thing, so it's a very easy way for him to get his Marvel Scale is to bring it in on Chomp, so I can't necessarily let Chomp come in until I have to use Mamo to bait in the Milotic, basically is what I have to do. Up next we have Cofagrigus, one of the best checks to a Charizard. Next, max HP, max defense. This should shut down that Charizard almost immediately. It can take a hit. The Charizard will lose its Tough Claws, and then I can live another hit, potentially. It could possibly get up a layer of T-Spikes or something. I am Trick, and I know I've gotten a little bit of question marks about why I am Trick with Black Sludge. It is for Milotic, and it is for Crocodile. I honestly think Crook comes in on Cofagrigus to try and Pursuit Trap it, and I'm guessing it's either Banded or Scarfed, one or the other. Yeah, one or the other. It's either Scarfed or Banded. Or actually Z. His Kirk is a Z user. I might need to rethink this. I guess I didn't pay attention that Crook is his Z user. Because this is designed to trick Crook. and give it the black sludge so it starts losing health. And I take away its choice item. Or my Lonic comes in and I black sludge it and it can't be Marvel scaled. Wait a minute. This is... because he's Z-Crook. I didn't think about that. I'm gonna back this out, actually. Okay. That's better. If he wasn't Z-Crook, that trick set would be amazing. But because he's Z-Crook, I'm kind of thinking he's not gonna be able to be tricked. But the design of that was to trick the Black Sludge onto Crocodile, take away its choice item, and cripple it a little bit. And then it would start racking up damage. In the case of Milotic coming in, I could take the Milotic's Flame Orb. Because I'm special, I don't care if I get burned. And then that would keep Milotic from being able to get its Marvel scale off via a burn. I am T-Spikes here, just so I can start chipping things with poison. He doesn't have a grounded poison type. He has to spin with Hitmontop or Defog with Togekiss. Those are, or Charizard Defogs. Those are his options. So having T-Spikes, if I can get up a layer T-Spike, if I could get 2 layers up, that'd be great, because that badly poisons everything. Means the toxic accumulates. If I only get 1 layer up, it's 12% every single turn, which in the case of Togekiss just wishes it off. Tangrowth just regens it. Milotic just recovers it. So the goal is to get 2 layers up. And then Hex plus Nasty Plot plus Toxics really start to rip through his team. So that's why that is. And I just switched to Rocky Helmet to punish the Zard even more if it tries to Flare Blitz me. On top of the recoil, it'll take Rocky Helmet, and then I'll Pain Split and get my health back. And then I definitely take another one after it loses its Tough Claws. So this is a designated Zard check. It was supposed to check the Crook. If Crook's coming, I just T-Spike, and then I'll have to take the Pursuit damage. Up next, we have Honchkrow with Super Luck Scope Lens. So that's Super Luck raises your crit chance up 1. Scope Lens raises it up another 1. So basically, I have 2 stage higher chance to crit. This is an old set that I ran in the DSL when I was given Honchkrow, and it had the worst moveset possible randomized to me. I was like, okay, we either slap a King's Rock on it for flinches, or we slap a Scope Lens and Super Luck and go for the crits. So that's what Honchkrow is going to do, is it's going to go for crits. Defog Roost, Brave Bird, Heat Wave, so mixed. No attack investment needed, and bulky bird, bulkier side of the bird. I didn't need the attack investment or the special attack investment. Heat Wave, 2 shots, a defensive Tang. If it's AV, Brave Bird takes it out. Crook doesn't necessarily want to take multiple Brave Birds. Togekiss doesn't necessarily want to take multiple Brave Birds. Milotic doesn't really want to take them if its Marvel scale hasn't been tripped yet. If it has, that's an issue. Espeon doesn't want to take a Brave Bird. Araquanid doesn't want to take a Brave Bird. Hitmontop doesn't want to take a Brave Bird. Steelix is 2-shot by Heat Wave, and as is Weezing, because Weezing could be a pain in the ass for me, because it's so defensive. So that's where the Murkrow set came from. Sorry, I'm just checking things here. Also, you might notice, and I should have said this at the beginning, you're going to hear 2 different music styles now. I've created multiple playlists. I'm trying to up the quality of the videos. So this is the build music. It's a little more laid back, a little more relaxed. The battle music, you'll hear some of the similar stuff where it gets pumped up and going. So hopefully you guys like that. Up next, we have Suicune with Toxic Calm Mind, Scald, Ice Burn, Ice Beam, Leftovers, Max HP, good chunk of defense, a little bit of special attack, and the speed. The 219 speed is so I outrun Tangrowth. If for some reason he's an offensive Tang, I want to outrun that thing. So it can't heal off of me before I get Calm Minds up. I want to Calm Mind before it tries to Giga Drain me. Toxic is to hit Araquanid coming in, hit Hitmontop coming in, hit Milotic trying to come in on this thing because this thing can't do anything to Milotic. So Toxicking it and getting its Marvel scale that way is much, 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 much nicer than letting it get burned, because then it just can recover stall off of me. If I Toxic it, I'll recover stall a little bit, but in the meantime, I'll just set up Calm Minds unless he's the Haze or the Dragon Tail set, and then I'll just force him to keep clicking that until he's in range Toxic. Plus, Pressure will start burning those up very, very quickly. So Suicune's kind of a soft Milotic check, but it's mainly another Charizard check. Charizard can't do diddly to this thing, even Dragon Dancing. I just drop Toxic before it can get too wound up, and then I start Calm Minding to get my Scalds. I think after one Calm Mind, I two-shot Charizard, so this set is designed to break down with Zard. 2 Calm Minds lets me take out AV Tang, 1 lets me take out defensive Tang, which is why I'm faster, so I can Calm Mind against the Tangrowth. Calm Mind plus Ice Beam will take out Togekiss. Scald or Ice Beam takes out Crook. Araquanid comes in free, it gets Toxic, but then it comes in free. Hitmontop comes in pretty decently, but it has to risk getting Scalded or Toxic. Steelix cannot take multiple Scalds, especially if I Calm Mind, and Wheezing cannot take a special hit unless it's like AV Wheezing for some reason. And finally we have Spext. Zebstrika max special attack. We are Timid Nature though because we're trying to outrun the Espeon. This is another check to see if Espeon does come if it's Scarfed. Overheat, Volt Switch, Signal Beam, and T-Bolt. Specs Signal Beam with that attack investment. I believe Oko's Crook. It might 2-Ko Crook. But that means Crook can't come in on me multiple times unless he Wish Passes to it. Specs Thunderbolt, 2 shots. Milotic, and keeps it from being able to recover stall me. Volt Switch is good for pivoting once Crook is down. Assuming Steelix doesn't come, I can pretty freely pivot. If he wants to go Tangrowth on this thing, which will scream that he's probably AV'd, Overheat and Signal Beam still do a massive chunk to it. And Wheezing doesn't particularly appreciate the special side. So, but yeah, that's going to be the team. So, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully we can pick up our first win. I am playing the next 4 matches are week 5 or week 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all against coaches that I think combined have 4 wins. So hopefully we can maybe pick up some wins there. If not, then it's a very bumpy, rough season, which is what happens when I take over teams. So it is what it is. At this point, I'm just trying to learn some new stuff. Suicune, Cough, keep learning Nano, learn Zebstrika. I'm actually really enjoying Zebstrika. Zebstrika is going to be one of those electric types that you might see me draft more often. Because it is essentially Mega Main, and I loved using Mega Main. And Mega Main is one of the few electric types that I would consider drafting over Zeraora. So keep an eye on that. But thank you guys for watching. Check out the links in the description down below. The Gamer Discord, best place to hang out with me outside these videos. Twitch, I will be Twitch streaming Sword and Shield. I'm gonna try and Twitch stream other stuff. Kind of in a difficult spot right now, so where I can't really stream, but we'll be working on it. Luca and Jaden, go show them some love. And finally, the Patreon is down there. And check that out. And it looks like my build music ran out, so good to know. About 20 minutes is where it ends. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.